go and pay your practitioner X amount of money when you can literally do it yourself.
This is the problem with social media and the uprise of the negativity.
Yeah. And I think it's so silly that they've put that restriction on us.
I'm actually shocked Australia has not put such regulations.
Guys, like, come on. It's really sad. Hi guys, I'm Heidi.
And I'm Bibba.
And we are Aesthetically Sisters. Welcome back to another episode, guys.
We are here for another episode.
I know.
It's doing so good.
I'm so happy. Like, I know I said this last week and I probably will say it next week. But
and I'm going to say
our
every
podcast
episode.
is growing so rapidly, and the love and like the response that we're getting is honestly so magical.
I know.
And it makes me feel so happy that we can give you guys some sort of entertainment.
Absolutely. And we love just being here for you all.
Yes.
And discussing what no one else is.
Well, on the topic of discussing what no one else is discussing, I need to talk about something I saw on TikTok.
Oh,
now, TikTok, we know,
TikTok.
is like a dark, crazy place and shit goes down there.
Oh, it does.
Now, the other day I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this American influencer. I don't even remember her name. And she has like a huge following. And she had gone and bought anti-wrinkle on the black market and is doing these procedures at home by herself. And I'm reading the comments and she's literally in the video saying, you know, there's no need to go and pay your practitioner X amount of money when you can literally do it yourself. You can buy the product yourself and inject yourself at home. And
this
I'm like,
is a fucking madness.
It is madness.
And it needs to stop. That shit needs to be regulated.
100%. And it annoyed me because in Australia, well, we are so regulated as practitioners and we aren't even allowed to talk about these things. But then you have these uneducated, unprofessional, lack degrees, like unknowledgeable people who just come out and like say all these things about our industry. And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
This is the problem with social media and the uprise of the negativity that influencers are bringing into society.
100%.
And I feel so fucking
Strongly.
sorry for the generation.
Yeah.
Like you young guys are growing up with this.
100%.
And even like people my age and older are all influenced
100%.
by the shit they're seeing online.
It's like undeniably social media influencers do influence the cosmetic and
100%.
aesthetic industry. And
Absolutely.
that's just facts, unfortunately.
It annoys me.
It's annoying because
So annoying.
it can be very negative.
Absolutely.
And I think people, like the correlation between social media and influencers and mental health and beauty standards is just through the roof.
It's
Now, we're come here
madness.
today with facts, with white papers,
like we
our
always
favorite
do.
things, because this is a serious topic.
It's very serious.
And people need to take this seriously.
And I feel like it's not discussed enough.
Yeah.
It will be broadcasted every now and then on like the news.
Yes.
Very briefly. And then it just dies down.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked Australia has not put such regulations for influencers as they have for us.
For practitioners,
We
it's really
are not
bad.
even allowed to post on our social medias, on our website, even on our shop fronts, on our clinic fronts. We can't even state that we do any anti-wrinkle, dermal
we can't
fillers,
say the word.
enhancements.
Yeah.
We can't even say the word anti-wrinkle. We can't even say syringe. We can't even be holding a syringe
You
anymore.
can't even say injectables.
We can't
It's
say
bizarre.
nothing.
And I think it's so silly that they've put that restriction on us, but not on social media influencers, because there are still influencers who are going out to clinics and, oh, I'm getting this anti-wrinkle treatment done and, you know, it's the best thing. You need to come do like, and I'm just like, you literally don't know what you're talking about. And especially when they're talking about skincare,
Heidi gets riled up.
It really annoys me because you don't know what you're talking about.
They
and
don't.
like L'Oreal has sent you a script about what to say and you sound so silly because you don't know what you're saying and you're trying to sound like you know what you're saying. And
100%.
then how do people fall for it? I don't know.
I got no idea. It's a madness out there. I feel like it's not just like these big companies.
No,
when these influencers are going out to clinics.
Yeah.
And I think I sent you something the other day.
You did.
And she was reading, this influencer was trying to read the name of the product that was used.
Guys, like, come on. It's really sad.
God, it's really bad. It's really bad because with all kindness and respect, she just is sounded extremely uneducated.
Yeah.
Saying the incorrect things, saying the ingredients incorrectly, trying to say the words. You can see she was like spelling it. It's just these are happening.
I feel for them like it's their job and that's how they make their well-being, but like
that's your choice to choose that job.
Yeah, but like that's the way that they make their money. If someone's offering a fucking paycheck, I'll do it too. But like it to me, I'm like, you sound like, come on,
I agree.
do better. But I don't know, like I feel like there's such a big controversy around influencers and what they bring to the table. But I just think the effects of social media and influencers and the industry need to be discussed.
Absolutely.
Because like even just social media in general, the negative effects it has on us and our mental health and our well-being.
Absolutely. How often do we see clients that we've seen in the past? And I've been injecting many years, guys. I'm over 11 years. And so I've injected a little while before Heidi started.
A long while.
And I've injected a lot of influencers. Yeah. Right? And we don't do freebies.
We've never had anyone paid to we never paid anyone to come do a treatment or given free treatment for advertisement.
We've never even given a script.
And there was even times where we've had clients who are influencers who are like, oh look, I really don't want to go anywhere, but this clinic is offering me X amount of money and they're giving me a free treatment, and like, would you do the same?
No, we will not do the same because we are not the same as anybody else. That's what makes us amazing. But going back to what I was saying, how many influencers have we seen that end up having a clinic, sponsor their treatments or give them free treatments, and then they post doing my Botox for the very first time, doing my lips for the very first time. And I'm like,
babe,
honey, and that is not your first time. I've been doing your face many years.
And this just is like in general, like social media influencers who are influential are saying like that they've never had beauty treatments done and they've never had like injectables. And I'm like, but you can obviously tell. And even when TikTok was meant to be banned in the States and all these influencers came out and said, I'm a fashion I'm a fitness influencer, but I've had a BBL. The craze.
Confessions were coming out?
Confessions were coming out. Like I've had Botox and fillers and I've done this surgery and this surgery. And like people were literally only coming out and saying that because they thought that was it. Like there was no more TikTok.
Oh my God.
And it makes you realize like how twisted it is. And people are like, oh my God, no way. Like, and it's literally like imagine being a long-term follower of someone and then finding this out. Like it's actually heartbreaking.
It is. It's like us coming out now and saying, trick yous, we were never nurses. Like all these other dodgy injectors.
No, not us.
Absolutely not us. That's a madness.
It's actually madness. Like I couldn't believe it. I was on like the last day of American TikTok. They ended up coming back like 20 hours later. I was like,
they do everything just so
they're so dramatic like,
for
honestly,
nothing.
Calm the fuck down.
So dramatic for nothing.
Have
the world in an uproar.
I was like, I can't believe the shit I'm seeing.
That's crazy. Yeah, I feel with these influencers, if they need to be a bit more ethical. Yeah, there's a lot of unethical nonsense coming out. There's no. It's like you said, it's for the paycheck. 100%. Anything for the paycheck is going. Yeah. And it's crazy because there's been a lot of studies. And I was reading a study from the local Society of Health and saying how social media is the most detrimental thing to mental health in this day and age.
It is.
Because of compare and despair. Yeah. So people are looking on social media, and looking at these influencers and being like, oh my God, look at her body, look at her skin, look at her hair, look at her clothes, look at this, look at that, look at the life she's living. Yeah. Look at the lie that's being portrayed. It's crazy. And then being so, I don't have that. I don't look like that. But not even that, but
influencers using like filters and saying that they don't, and all these things. And of course you're going to be like, oh my God, why can't I have that? Why don't I look like that? It's absurd.
Because that's a fucking filter. And they don't even look like that.
And I know even Harvard did a study and they said that 1 in 3 teenage girls 2 in 3 teenage girls have severe depression, and it has increased by over 50% in the last 10 years due to having body dysmorphia and facial dysmorphia due to social media.
That's a fucking joke, man.
And even like along the study, they spoke about how there's like the suicide rates are increasing.
Oh my God.
So I feel like influencers should be more considerate about the young girls watching them and seeing them, and really knowing who your audience is and what image you're setting for that audience.
But even in saying that, as an influencer, you're on public. Okay, your accounts are viewable by anyone. So it's not even just saying, who's my audience, let me target my audience. No, how about be fucking truthful, have a backbone, be ethical. Okay, and not give out misleading information or misleading image. Stop selling a dream of nothing. Of actually nothing just to make that paycheck, when you have control on so many people that are coming up in the world and coming up in their life, and their brains are still growing.
And that's what they're seeing. They're seeing these people who are so fit and so skinny and say, oh, I barely, like, I remember when I was younger, the fitness industry was fucked online. And like, I remember there was an influencer called Kayla Ittens or something, and her bikini body guide was the shit, and like everyone was trying to get their hands on it, and it was so bad. Like as a 12, 13-year-old girl, like she's like, you have to eat 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day and do all these extreme exercises, and I'm still fucked, like body dysmorphia wise. Like I'm like, fuck, like I'm still fat. Like
you're not fat.
No,
you're
but
perfect.
Like mentally,
you're
because
perfect.
you look at these influencers and they have these completely unrealistic life for you to live.
Absolutely.
Now I'm like, okay, this bitch literally has no other job but to train, so she can look like that.
Exactly. But then also the filters, now they've got the filters not only for the face, but for the body.
It's really absurd.
What the heck? The body is being filtered?
It's so bad.
Like, it's crazy. It's so unrealistic, because for people like us, okay, Heidi works out. She's very amazing. I don't find the time. And I struggle to find the time, because when I'm not working, I'm a full-time mum and a single mum. So I don't want to be leaving my child at the crack of dawn so I can go to the gym, this and that. And sometimes you'll see these influencers that are training and saying, and then showing their, my morning routine, getting up. And I saw a routine this morning and I thought, she done about 400 fucking things. I will send it to you. I want to link it because it's the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in my life. By 9 a.m., it was like
been
3
around
minutes.
The world.
She'd been around the world. She'd been around the world. And I thought, anyone that doesn't obviously have the awareness that we would literally sit and think, oh, I'm a failure. I'm not doing enough. Like, look what someone's being able to achieve by 9 o'clock, by 9:30.
I hate to admit it, but I'm that bitch that will be oh my God, I'm not doing enough.
Well, and I remember when you were growing up, because I'm much older than Heidi, I used to get so upset at her because she'd be so hard on herself. Yeah. And Heidi's such a high achiever.
Extremely high achiever. Like,
and she sets
exhausting
goals like it's almost unrealistic, because she wants to do everything, and she'd watch all these influencers. Do you remember, like, she used to have on her phone background like some body that she wanted to achieve, and there was nothing wrong with it, but I used to tell her, you are perfect, you are beautiful. She used to call herself fat at size 4. Why?
I was literally a size 4 to 6. It's actually looking back now, I actually feel sorry for myself. And it makes me really sad. Like sometimes I get emotional thinking about it. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like 13, 14 years old, either starving myself, doing these ridiculous workouts, trying out these like fad diets.
And she'd hate to take photos because she thought she was I was
fucking skinny. Like,
she was skinny as fuck.
I was fucking insecure.
You are peaking always, but no, it was. She would not understand why I'd get so mad. Yeah. And then she'd get mad at me because she'd think I'm like, you don't understand. You don't get it. Yeah, you're like old. I'm like, yeah, I am old. Yeah. And
I'm older and wiser.
I care about you. And I hated the internet from that time, because I've got to say, I'm very lucky. I grew up in emo, so I wasn't into that. I was into emo shit. Like
Biba was literally an emo. We have to find a photo one day. She would wear black lipstick, black nails,
red
skulls.
lip liner.
It was
pink and blonde hair. Everything was black.
I honestly like
studs,
no one can envision
skulls.
it, but it was real.
That was me. And and so I was never influenced by like body or anything. I always had body dysmorphia since I was conceived by my parents, and I've been on a diet since I was born. But it's it's not
I swear it's so unhealthy.
But that was not got to do with, because we didn't have all this social media stuff. It was the girlfriend magazines like Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Beyonce, Destiny's Child, all of them. They were like super skinny. Ashanti was super skinny. Now Ashanti is like a nice, thick, healthy looking girl. Yeah. But back then she wasn't.
I remember back when I was younger as well, like being skinny.
Skinny
was the thing.
Popping off.
Yeah. Me and my friends used to have a competition at school, like who can eat the least.
Oh my God.
It's really bad.
No, it is.
I remember once I did the water diet. I was in
Heidi's done every fucking diet.
Every diet.
She's done a cucumber diet. She's done a potato diet. She's done a soup diet.
I did everything.
Everything. She ate walnuts once for a week.
It was really bad. But I remember, I think I was like in year 8 or 9. Yeah. So I was like, what, 14, 15? And we were I was like 2 days into a water fast. It's so fucked up.
And you'd put those seeds.
No, this was, that came later. The chia seeds.
Is that when the school
the school called me, but it was like a full thing. Anyways. No
one comes at my sister though. So I told them they're wrong.
2 days into a water fast, and we were doing cheerleading. And I remember we were doing it, and then I literally like nearly passed out, and they had to like run me to the freaking school canteen and get me toast and this and that.
And she probably didn't want to eat it.
I was like, no, I can't eat it. I want a water fast. And they're like, you're literally about to faint. Like, eat this, bitch.
And it's so bad.
It's actually fucked up.
And it's sad. It's actually sad that a 13-year-old, instead of being on your bike, playing with your friends, and doing your hair, you're worrying about...
And I feel like I grew up, and like the younger generations is probably even worse, have grown up in a generation where your looks are so much more important than the person you are and your personality
and your integrity and your character.
And I think that it's so fucked up. Like now, even with like our younger brother, he's like 13 now. Baby. Even my nephew, like I don't always like to them, oh, like you're so beautiful. Like, yes, they're beautiful, but I don't want them to know that is that's the best thing about them. Like, you're so smart, you're so intelligent, you're so fit. Like, complimenting them for other things. Because I'm like, I don't want you to have the trauma I have.
Of course. It's wild. It's really sad because when you're seeing these kids not be confident, how many clients do we have come in and say, I don't post photos. I haven't looked in the mirror. I haven't looked in the mirror.
It's crazy.
I don't look to the beauty standards that I see online.
Yeah.
Who said that's the beauty standards? It's
influencers.
Exactly. It's been influenced for us to believe that this is what we should be looking like. This is the way we should present. This is the way we should dress. Like,
there's even been, due to social media, a new disorder. It's called Snapchat dysmorphia.
Oh, Lord.
And Snapchat dysmorphia is real. And how many times, and even before I started injecting, when I would assist Bibba, the clients would come in and pull out their phone. I think my phone fell, but pull out their phone and open up Snapchat, and we're like, I want to look like this, and put a filter.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd have like really bright, high cheeks and under eyes and a chin that came down and whatever.
Or
and
the crown, the flower crown. And they're like, can you make my face look like this?
It's just airbrushed and like smooth as fuck and not a flaw.
Not a flaw.
And it's crazy because of filters. I know personally so many people that don't post without a filter, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I find it bizarre.
It's crazy because if you look at beauty standards back in the day, they didn't have Botox, they didn't have fillers, they didn't have hair extensions, they didn't have eyelash extensions, no. They were just them. They aged their way. And like, for example, Marilyn Monroe. She's a beauty icon.
She's gorgeous.
Thank you very much. You know, she was a size 14 to 16.
What?
She was a size 14 to 16. Come right now and tell...
Isn't that the lady that Kim K wore her dress?
Yes, the one that there's like, she's Remember when we were in London and there was the vent in the ground and I stood and I go, I'm having a Marilyn Monroe moment and my hat flew off.
Oh my God.
Yes. That she was a size 14 to 16 and she has always been a beauty icon. And right now, being a stick figure, like the Ozempic body is the trend.
Yeah.
And it's...
Like, where did the BBL go?
I don't know, honey.
Where the fuck are the BBLs at?
I saw a TikTok the other day of two friends, and it was obviously posted probably a month ago.
Yeah.
And starting 2025, taking Manjaro with my bestie, and they were injecting, like, doing the injections. Manjaro, for those that don't know, is a weight loss medication people are taking to lose weight rather rapidly. And they injecting in like the camera, and they're young. Heidi,
that is really sad.
I swear,
Look, I'm all for anyone doing a procedure. Like, if something makes you self-conscious,
100% go
do
for
it.
it.
Like, who gives a fuck what anyone says? Do it. But the weight loss craze at the moment,
it's a madness.
It makes me sad only because, yes, I have I had body dysmorphia. I probably still have it, and I've done all these toxic, crazy diets, but at the same time, like, now through all of that, it's led me to where I am now, where I appreciate a healthy, like, I genuinely just want to eat healthy, organic, non-processed, non-shit foods to fuel my body. And I feel like because...
No, it's so funny she just said that because we just had lunch before and she's like, it's lean ground organic beef. The cows were eating organic grass, and I'm like, what?
So that's where I'm at in life.
That's where
I feel like in the world of like health and fitness, that's where we should be heading. We should be heading to a place where people are eating healthy, organic food that actually are good for you.
That's right.
Rather than just like get on Manjaro, get on Ozempic.
Yeah.
Still eat shit, but just lose weight.
Do it. Get on it.
Be healthy.
What makes you, but you know what? Whatever makes someone happy, but don't be influenced by the incorrect things or people that actually are not qualified in any way, shape or form to give you this information or this image or this look or to take an approach to something or a lifestyle when they don't even really
lead that way. 100%.
They don't lead it. It's online. It's a 2-minute video edited. I can edit right now how hot I can be in a swimsuit. And I just don't think that's the truth. But anything can be edited. Yeah. You know 100%. What I'm saying? I can edit having long hair. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
I found an app a few, like, ages ago now called Face App. The fucking...
Is that Facetune?
No, I literally put Bibba's head on it and we made her hair longer. We literally made her not look like herself. No. And I was like, this is all from like a few clicks. So imagine like what people are doing out there and people are believing. Like, it's fucked up.
Even with AI at the moment, I seen this influencer from Lebanon. I follow him. He's a lifestyle, so he's not into the... go starve yourself.
He's not a fitness influencer.
And he posted this reel and he goes, guys, look how gorgeous this girl is. I came across her on social media and he's shown her account and she's stunning.
Yeah.
She's fucking AI. She has millions of followers. She is AI. She's not
even a real person.
She's not a real person. I promise, Heidi, but her photos look like the photos you and I would take. She's not even fucking real. She's not
That
real.
is actually scary.
Swear.
The world of AI freaks me the fuck out.
And then I went on her store, on her page, her account, and I'm reading the comments. Men are like, do you have a cash app? Men want to give her money.
That is
Can I take
up.
you out? Can I fly you? And people are like, you're so gorgeous. Fake. Like, not even a real fucking human. And people are sitting there having a bat over her, being so hot, and it's just a fucking AI.
Oh my
You could literally make photos and videos
that is
now
fucked
on AI.
up. It's actually scary where the world is going to.
So scary.
Last week we spoke about being in love and who went to say I love you and stuff. Yeah. I can now just envision people having relationships with AI.
It's a thing in Japan. World. It's a thing in Japan. You can actually have a relationship, like there's an app and you can choose have someone to talk to.
God.
And I watched this documentary on it where they are falling in love. People, it's becoming a crisis. Relationships are becoming at crisis because they're not falling in love with actual humans. They've got this app and they know. They know it's a robot,
but they build this emotional connection to it.
They're programmed to feed your soul what it's missing. So this person either isn't great in public, is socially shy, is awkward.
So this is like ticking all the right boxes.
Exactly.
For them.
And they don't even need to step out. Some people are homebodies, but they've got a whole love story going on.
That is freaking scary.
Robot.
That is actually scary.
Robot.
Something else I found so fucked up in the topic of AI was when Kim K posted her with that Tesla robot.
Don't even get me fucking started with her because all these negative images online and trends start from that fucking family and it trickles down.
Stop it. I love them. I don't.
They started the BBL craze and then they started the Ozempic craze. Okay? You wanted to know where the fucking BBLs are gone? They reduced theirs. Now everyone's reducing theirs by getting super skinny.
They are so influential. It's actually fucked up.
They are. But yes, that Tesla.
The Tesla AI robot. What the hell is that? She's sitting there playing scissors, paper, rock with it like it's a real human.
But even the way she was hugging it and laying her head on it, they're setting us up. They're getting us ready for what is to come.
That is scary shit.
Because I recently seen a report about the new AI robots. You know how they're generating like actual humans, human-like robots. And the way the man was selling it in the press conference, he's like, you can fall in love with it. You can choose how pretty the face. You can change the
like
face.
looking like humans.
Babe, she was sitting there dressed like flirting.
But why do we need robots? There are plenty of humans.
Why are we sexualizing non-existing human? Like, why is it?
Oh my God, this is actually scary.
Because you can program them to fall in love. Maybe, who knows?
But maybe that's what you need. Biba needs an AI robot formulated for her to fall in love.
Well, you can
without
pick and choose.
Flaws. The right sock length, black man, all the good things.
It's like build a bear. You can build a man.
Oh my God.
You can build your own robot to fall in love with and she can cater to you. They're basically saying, I think you can have sexual intercourse with a robot. Well, what do you think Kim K was trying to, like, with that? That's the image they were selling. She's holding the robot's hand and then putting her head on his chest.
No, don't.
Listen, there's no time to be defensive attorney right now for her. We need to speak facts.
No, you're right.
Yeah, so...
Oh my God. It's actually scary. Like, this whole new digital world freaks me the fuck out.
That's what the new world order is.
The small amount of influencers that were talking about the beauty industry and about skincare is a problem, which it is. It's a complete big ass
You
problem.
guys are still a problem.
But the AI stuff is like a whole nother world. And even in I think Korea, they had their first AI machine doing like cosmetic treatments.
Yeah, and lashes.
And nails. Like soon AI is going to take our job. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
If we can still make money from it, I'll probably do it.
Send me the paycheck and you can work for me. Find a way. That's hilarious.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Where do you think this is going?
I honestly have no idea. I don't understand. Like, there are 7 billion people on the planet. Why are we building robots? Like, the people can work. Like, what? Like, why? I don't understand the purpose of them.
Well, robots are starting to take completely over.
They're taking over, and I get that. But why do we need boyfriends as robots? There are men out there.
I can give you an answer.
But that's the thing.
I can mute him when I want, turn him off and turn him on as I please. I'm joking. It's not a good idea.
It's a good idea for people. No, I'm joking.
Y'all already know.
I actually have no idea what they're trying to achieve with it and where the world is going to end and where it's going. But it's freaky
I'm very scared.
I'm scared too because I know that they're taking a lot of like corporate jobs. I don't imagine a robot probably injecting.
Well, that's the thing. Everything we never imagined is happening. Even, for example, you know, at Coles and Woolworths, like the supermarket checkouts, they're robots.
They're smart as fuck.
That is robot
The other day, I was actually at Woolies, I think it was Woolies checkout, and I had a trolley and it had other like from the grocery store, like I went and got fruit and veg from. And it wouldn't let me pay because it detected stuff in my trolley. And I was like,
that is a madness.
What the fuck? And then later's like, oh, like they're much smarter now. They detect everything.
That's
and,
a whole robot.
I was holding 3 items and I scanned one and then put it in the bag, but it didn't detect me putting the others or something. And then she's like, oh, like it thought you, like, I don't know. She was explaining to me and I'm like, the fact that they pick up on all this shit is freaky.
This is why they've replaced the human checkout girls and boys that were there once and had a job and now no longer have a job.
That is scary.
Exactly. So it's you can see it. It's happening. It's like evolution.
Human connection is so important.
Oh, I love you, darling. I know.
It's actually wild.
It is. It's very important, but this is where the world's going, and it's because of fucking Elon Musk, the fucking lunatic.
He's wild.
He's wild.
But like on the topic of like trends and like, what do you think is going to be the next beauty trend?
Well, they've done the lemon bottle. They've done the lips in the bottle. They've done the buy your own filler and do your own filler. Do your own hair extensions and lash extensions.
It's wild, but I feel like people now are talking so badly about filler and how fillers are so bad for you and you're going to get pillow face and everything's going to migrate and this and that. And I feel like people need to understand that these adverse events and these pillow faces literally exist more online than they do in the real world. And that obviously one influencer make a video on it and then every other person wants to make a video on it and then you just keep hearing it and hearing it and hearing it and it becomes a problem in your head. But it's not even a real problem.
It's not. And it's so funny because it's not only females being influenced.
It's males.
It's males. Like yesterday I had a beautiful older gentleman.
So sweet.
So gorgeous. And he's been coming to me for many years. He gets his exact same amount of anti-wrinkle, of Botox for the last 3-4 years. And he said to me yesterday, Biba, I don't like these here. And I said to him, we can fix it. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
We can definitely soften it and reduce the appearance of it. And he said, is that using filler? I said, you've got a few options. And he said, no, I don't want filler. I don't want filler because it makes your face really big and puffy. And I don't want to look like that. And I said to him, come on, Anthony. That's not true.
No.
He said, I can share the story. Because I was like, can I talk about this? Because I'm discussing this story tomorrow, this topic. And he said, yes, of course. And he said, but I don't want it because when you put it in your face...
It makes everything bigger.
It makes it bigger. And he goes, I don't want to make my face pillow. And I looked at him and said, are you on TikTok as well? What are you doing on TikTok, sir?
Man, I love
this. 60-year-old man. But I'm like, TikTok... He probably saw a 60-year-old man getting Botox and he thought, I'm going to get Botox too.
That's
so
true.
It can work. It works.
There are positives.
I know.
But yeah, it's actually crazy. And it really annoys me when I see people who aren't professionals talking about shit. And I'm like, who the fuck asked?
That's right.
Like, who asked you?
I know, that's what I did. Scrolling and...
I literally talked out loud. I'm like, who asked you?
Who fucking asked you, bro? Shut the fuck up. She's doing this.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. And I love so much when our clients come in and say, we love Heidi's content so much because it's educational and we know how credible and educated
I try.
She is. You are. You don't even have to try. How educated and smart and knowledgeable you are about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're speaking about your field. You're not... I've never heard her talk about fucking hair extensions.
No.
I've never heard her talk about anything she doesn't have any idea about.
Yeah.
And this is why our clientele love us and trust us because the information and knowledge they're getting is actually real.
Yeah.
And it's legit.
Facts.
And it's coming from you.
Real. Yeah. And this is what I've studied. This is what I love. This is what I know.
That's right.
The only... Though going back, because I just thought of it, positive thing about influencers right now is that they're like influencing people to get more on like skincare, which is good. But in saying that, there is so much shit skincare out there, and there is so many things that are being done wrong. But I feel like this year and like towards the end of last year, a lot of people were coming in, and I feel like the new trend is like appreciating and working with your skin.
Absolutely.
For so many years, we've been trying to tell people you can't just get fillers and Botox because you need to work on the outside because underneath can be all pretty, but if the skin isn't like, showing.
It's radiating.
It's not radiating. You're not going to see the effects of everything else.
Absolutely.
So I'm just happy people
exactly.
are finally
taking care of the largest organ
in
their body.
Crazy.
Skincare is so important.
It is. It
so
really is.
Heidi, our influencer of the clinic and the podcast, we've got new skincare coming. So
I'm
brace
so
yourselves.
excited. The content I am going to make, I'm all about anti-aging, biohacking, skincare, the good shit. Like this is no ordinary. This is no L'Oreal. This is like top of the range, pharmaceutical. Oh, you just have to wait. I think in the next episode I can finally announce the name and what the product is. But
I know.
For now, stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Oh,
this has been good. I really hope people can take away from this episode.
Yeah.
How to really start looking at influencers and what they're putting forward isn't always right for you.
Yeah.
It's most definitely not always right for them either.
Yeah.
But it's a paycheck thing.
Yes.
Don't be fooled. Don't be sucked into the world of social media with misleading and deceiving information and guidance.
Yeah. I read this quote once, or I think it was a scientific fact, and it was saying it was the science of success. It was something like that. And it was how people look at someone else's success stories and they say, oh my God, if this worked for that person, it's going to work for me. And then they follow this person's success story, but they don't look at the science behind it. Yeah. And this is the thing with influencers. Like they're like, oh, I've been using this vitamin C serum and my skin is so radiant, but it really is not, and maybe it is and it's working for you. Just because it works for you, it doesn't mean that it's going to work for someone else. And just understanding that everyone is so different. We are all in completely different places in our lives,
and all of our skin is
and our skin is different, our lifestyle is different, and there are so many more contributing factors than just, you know, the lighting that people are showing you.
Absolutely. Or how when clients come in and say to you, oh, I only want one vial of Sculptra.
Yeah. Like
because the influencer I saw is...
Nothing burns me more. Like the other day I had a client who I've been seeing for age, like probably since the first time I started injecting, the first week. And she came in and we were doing her anti-wrinkle mapping. And then she's like, oh, I saw this thing on TikTok. It said not to put Botox here. And I said, we don't put Botox here. And then she's like, yeah, I know. But like, I felt you, Mark. And I'm like, I had to sit there and give it a whole anatomy lesson that we've already had before.
Which you've already probably had before.
And I'm like, why are you letting these influencers...
How did you not listen to your own injector, but you're listening to a TikToker?
And I'm like, let's do some anatomy 101.
Yes.
And go through it. But just stop listening to everything you hear online. It's honestly bad for you.
So unhealthy.
Very bad for the brain.
It's so unhealthy. But I don't know. I'm just grateful. I've got a great injector. And I've got a great clinic. And I've got a great... Heidi has kept my skin looking like... How old does everyone say I look?
Everyone thinks we're twins. And I don't know if it's a compliment to Bibba.
I'll fucking take it.
But it's not a compliment to me because do I look older?
No, but I do. Every time we meet people, I say, she's the
old.
older one.
It's rude.
But obviously I'm joking because...
But no, you do look young. And then when people say, oh my God, like you guys look like the same age. And I said, yeah, she just looks younger. I don't look older.
And I've got heaps of filler and Botox and I don't have a pillow face. And we do really good skincare. It takes a lot. So it's whatever these influencers are trying to tell you that there was one thing that worked for them, it's not
It's
true.
never just one thing, ever.
It's never. This is a whole motherfucking village of workers getting it together.
Yeah.
But...
So that's that, guys. Don't let influencers influence you so much.
Absolutely. And I don't know, if you guys have any concerns or have trends or want us to try things out, let us know.
Let us know.
Write it, put it in the comments.
Or even if you have any questions or any assistance that you want for beauty things or cosmetic injectables or skincare,
anything
let us know.
aesthetic.
We love helping you. So
absolutely.
Let us know.
And we love what is it what we were doing where we tried the trend and we proved that it's not right.
Myth or fact.
Yes, we like busting myths and like all these trends, we will bust them all for you.
Yes.
So if you have one that is really playing on your mind and you're almost influenced to try it, let us know. And we'll break it down for you.
Yes, we
scientifically and aesthetically.
With professional help in the back.
Absolutely.
So that is all from us this week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you're listening to this, make sure to follow, subscribe, and leave us a like and comment.
We love you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
Love you. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.